Panipat pronunciation is an ancient and historic city in Haryana, India. It is 90 kilometers north of Delhi and 169 kilometers south of Chandigarh on NH1. The battles fought at the city in 1526, 1556 and 1761 were turning points in Indian history. The city is famous in India by the name of City of Weaver and Textile City. The first verse of the Bhagavad Gita is possibly referring to Panipat as Dharmakshetra, history. According to the legend, Panipat was one of the 5 cities founded by the Pandava brothers during the times of the Mahabharata, its historic name being Pandava Prastha. Panipat was the scene of 3 pivotal battles in the Indian history. Panipat is first recorded in the Mahabharata as one of the 5 villages that the Pandavas demanded from Duryodhana. The 5 villages of the Panipat Pandava Prastha, Sonaprastha, Indraprastha, Vyagraprastha became Bapath. Prastha. The first battle of Panipat was fought on the 21st of April 1526 between Ibrahim Lodi, the Afghan Sultan of Delhi, and the Turco-Mongol warlord Babur, who later established Mughal rule in northern Indian subcontinent. Babur's force defeated Ibrahim's much larger force of over 1 lakh soldiers. This first battle of Panipat thus ended the Lodi rule established by Bahul Lodi in Delhi. The second battle of Panipat was fought on the 5th of November 1556 between the forces of Akbar and Hemchandra Vikramaditya, a native of Rewari in Haryana and Hindu Vikramaditya king at Delhi. Hemu had a large army, and initially his forces were winning, but suddenly he was struck by an arrow in the eye and fell unconscious. On not seeing him in his howdah on the back of an elephant, his army fled. He was executed shortly thereafter. His head was sent to Kabul to be hanged outside Delhi Darwaza, and torso was hanged outside Purana Quila in Delhi. The third battle of Panipat was fought on the 14th of January 1761 between the Maratha Empire and the Afghan and Baloch invaders. The Maratha Empire was led by Sadashivrao Peshwar and the Afghans were led by Ahmad Shah Abdali. The Afghans had a total strength 125,000 soldiers and the Marathas had 100,000 soldiers and 25,000 pilgrims. The Maratha soldiers were unable to get food because of non-cooperation of other empires of Hindustan, and this resulted in having to eat the leaves off trees to survive. Both the sides fought the heart out. The Afghans were supported by Najib and Sushardollah for the supply of food, and the Maratha had pilgrims along with them who were unable to fight, including female pilgrims also. On the single day of the 14th of January, more than 1 lakh of soldiers died, resulting in the victory for the Afghans. In Marathi verbs, there are some verbs in the Marathi language originated from Third Battle of Panipat related to loss as Panipat Zail. This verb is even today used in Marathi language. A common pun is Amcha Vishwas Panipatat Jala. Vishwas tilde son of Nanasaheb Peshwar and Amp Maratha commander. Geography. Panipat is located at 29.39 degrees north, 76.97 degrees east, 29.39, 76.97. It has an average elevation of 219 meters. Panipat is situated on G.T. Road or NH1, 90 kilometers north of Delhi. On 3 sides, Panipat district boundaries touch other districts of Haryana: Karnal in the north, Jind in the west and Sonipat in the south. Panipat district borders the state of Uttar Pradesh across the Yamuna River in the east. Panipat was a part of Karnal district until the 31st of October 1989. It was separated from Karnal, along with another subdivision, the Asant Tehsil, when the district was reformed on 1 January 1992. The Asant Tehsil was excluded. The newly constructed flyover across the Har Trunk Road, completed in the year 2008, is one of the longest flyovers in India. Demographics. As per provisional data of 2011 census, Panipat urban agglomeration had a population of 442,277, out of which males were 237,006 and females were 205,271. The literacy rate was 81.75%. Industries. Panipat is a city of textiles and carpets. It is the biggest center for quality blankets and carpets in India and has a hand-loom weaving industry. In addition, Panipat city is the biggest center of shoddy yarn in the world. Blankets prepared through hand-loom and power-loom are sent to soldiers. The Samorka subdivision of this district is famous for foundry of agriculture instruments. In this way, this district, which is continuously developing on the industrial base, has an unlimited employment capacity, not only from Haryana but businessmen and engineers and unemployed worker, artist, weavers and labor from other states of India visit here in search of employment and settle here permanently. Panipat also has heavy industry, with the refinery of the Indian Oil Corporation, a Panipat Thermal Power Station Corporation and a National Fertilizers Limited plant. Transport. Panipat railway station is on Delhi-Kalka line and Delhi-Atari-Jammu line. It is also well connected by Haryana State Road Transport Corporation and Punjab Roadways buses, especially because it falls on the Delhi-Chandigarh route. National Highway 1 passes through Panipat, and a substantial amount of trade and commercial activities are carried in and around the GT road settlements. Places of interest. The main places of attraction: Panipat Museum, Hem-Uz Samadhi style, the grave of Ibrahim Lodi, the Dargah of the 13th century Sufi Saint Bu Ali Shah Qalandar, Kabuli Bagh, Sri Devi Mandir, Kala Amb, Sri Ram Shanam, Salargunj Gate, Insar Bazaar, shopping malls in Panipat, Gandhi Park and Library at Quila, Ram Lal Chowk, Gurdwara Dera Baba Jodh Sakayaji. Panipat Museum. The Battle of Panipat Memorial Society, set up by the government of Haryana, highlights the major events that took place for over 200 years which made Panipat a place of great historical importance. A painting from Akbar's collection in the museum shows how Hem-Uz community and his supporters were beheaded and minarets were built of the heads, to terrorize Hindus of that period. Panipat Museum has been especially established for disseminating information about archaeology, history, art and crafts of Haryana, with special emphasis on the battles of Panipat, which marked the turning point in Indian history. The display of antiquities, inscriptions, sculptures, arms and armors, pottery, old and valuable documents, jewelry and art and craft objects, have been augmented by maps, write-ups, photographs and translides, etc. Through display, an attempt has been made to provide an insight into the acts of bravery of some valiant and patriotic Maratha warriors who sacrificed their lives at Panipat. These include Sadashivrao Bhath, Peshwa Vishwashrao, Jankoji Rao Scindia, Shamsher Bahadur, son of Bajirao I and Mastani, Ibrahim Lodi, artillery chief of Marathas, Tukerji Shinde, Hem-Uz, a local hero also known as Samaratem Chandra Vikramaditya, called so after winning 22 continuous battles and who belonged to Haryana. Raja Sir Jamal of Bharatpur, Vikramaditya of Gwalior, Maharaja of Patiala, Sher Shah Suri, enlarged photographs of a large number of important miniatures, mostly from Babur Nama and Akbar Nama, relating to these battles and personalities connected therewith, have been obtained from the National Museum of New Delhi, the British Library, Victoria and Albert Museum of London. A large number of contemporary weapons, armory, guns, etc., have been acquired through loan from the Archaeological Survey of India. The Department of Archaeology and Museums, Haryana, is also associated with this project, has donated a large number of items for display in this museum. These include replicas of a large number of artifacts in the form of statues, pottery, coins, etc., which were collected from the excavated sites in Haryana, besides a number of blow-ups of building and sites of historical and archaeological importance. In addition, a large number of items of traditional art have been procured from various districts of Haryana with the help of district administration, which exhibit a glimpse of Haryana's traditional art. Hemu Samadhi style. The wounded Hemu was captured by Shakli Khan's Second Battle of Panipat and carried to the Mughal camp at Shodapur on Jind Road at Panipat. According to Badayuni, Behram Khan asked Akbar to behead Hemu so that he could earn the title of Ghazi. Akbar replied, "He is already dead. If he had any strength for a duel, I would have killed him." After Akbar's refusal, Hemu's body was denied honor by the Mughal battle tradition and was unceremoniously beheaded by Behram Khan. Hemu's head was sent to Kabul, where it was hung outside the Delhi Darwaza while his body was placed in a gibbet outside Purana Aquila in Delhi to terrorize Indians. After Hemu's death, a massacre of Hemu's Hindu community and followers was ordered by Behram Khan. Thousands were beheaded and towers of skulls were built with the heads, to instill terror among the Hindus and Afghans. After a few years, Hemu's supporters constructed a samadhi over the place where he was beheaded. The place and its surroundings have been slowly encroached upon by local people. This is the only memorial of Hemu in Panipat, but it is in a bad condition. Ibrahim Lodi's tomb. It was one of Sher Shah Suri's dying regret that he could never fulfill his intention of erecting a tomb to the fallen monarch. Much later, in 1866, the British relocated the tomb, which was just a simple grave, during construction of the Grand Trunk Road, and added a platform to it with an inscription highlighting Ibrahim Lodi's death in the Battle of Panipat. Another memorial of some kind, however, appears to have existed, which used to form a place of pilgrimage for the people of Gwalior since Vikramaditya, the last Raja of the old dynasty of Gwalior, fell in the same battle. This memorial, according to Alexander Cunningham, was destroyed when the Grand Trunk Road was made. Babur's Kabuli Bagh Mosque. The Garden of Kabuli Bagh, along with the Kabuli Bagh Mosque and a tank, was built by Babur after the First Battle of Panipat to commemorate his victory over Ibrahim Lodi. Some years later, when Humayun defeated Sher Shah Suri near Panipat, he added a masonry platform to it and called it Chabutra Fateh Mubarak, bearing the inscription 934 Hijri. These buildings and the gardens still exist under the name of Kabuli Bagh, called so after Babur's wife Musammat Kabuli Begum. Sri Devi Temple. A temple dedicated to a local deity exists on the bank of a large tank. A Shiva temple believed to have been built by a Maratha warrior named Mangal Raghunath, who had remained in Panipat after the battle, also exists besides it. Kala Amb. According to the tradition, the site 8 kilometers from Panipat and 42 kilometers from Karnal, where Sadashiv Rabbar commanded his Maratha forces during the Third Battle of Panipat, was marked by a black mango tree which has since disappeared. The dark color of its foliage was probably the origin of the name. The site has a brick pillar with an iron rod and the structure is surrounded by an iron fence. The site is being developed and beautified by a society with the governor of Haryana as its president. Raw Maratha community of Haryana organizes a program every year in memory of Maratha warriors on the day of the 14th of January at Kala Amb, in which lots of people participate from Haryana and Maharashtra. Solargunj Gate. This gate is situated in the middle of Panipat city, the gate still denoting its archaeological interest. A local market has developed around this gate. Gurdwara Dera Baba Jodh Sakayaji. Gurdwara Dera Baba Jodh Sakayaji is one of the popular Sikh shrines of Panipat. People of Panipat visit this place regularly in huge numbers. There are many events and programs arranged by the followers in the premises of this Gurdwara to pay the devotion to God. This Gurdwara is a beautifully sculpted and artistically designed along with splendid interiors to mesmerize the onlookers. Devotees coming to this place get complete peace of mind in the house of Guru. People can attend regular bhajan and kirtan organized by saints at this Gurdwara. Address: Gurdwara Dera Baba Jodh Sakayaji, T Road, Panipat, Haryana, India. Panipat Elevated Expressway. Panipat Elevated Expressway is a 6-lane, 10 km expressway to decongest the busy Delhi-Amritsar route. The Panipat Expressway is an uplift of the National Highway 1. Education. Panipat is home to more than 50 senior secondary schools, most notable are Davsent Public School, HUDA, Delhi Public School, Panipat Refinery and GD Goenka Public School. There are half a dozen colleges providing courses from undergraduate to graduate level. Some of the well-known are RUPG College S, DITM and I. B College Panipat. Gallery.